Hi, this is T.T. Mitchell, or Mitch Mitchell of T.T. Mitchell Consulting Incorporated. Boy, that's a terrible beginning. Luckily, we can all laugh at ourselves. Um, Actually, I'm going to be trying to do more videos this particular month. I'm not going to get a video every single day, but I'm going to shoot for it. And they're going to be on the topics of leadership and diversity and communications and anything that has to do with employees. And I'm going to start with this one today. I've been lucky because over all the years that I've been in business or when I was an actual employee, I've rarely lost my temper at work. I've gotten really close a couple of times, but I've rarely lost it. And when I lose my temper, I never yell. I'm not one of those people who screams at other people because that's not my style. I will usually either get quiet or I will maybe get sarcastic from time to time, or I kind of go over the top because I like to end stuff. I don't like to keep it going. Usually I get angry because someone has just really said something that I thought was either way over the top or way wrong, and it involves me in some fashion, and I can't let that go. It's hard to let things go when people are saying things about you and you know it's not true. And no one wants to be in that position. But it becomes important to learn how to control yourself for the most part, because very few of us, when we get angry, can actually overcome that and still do work the way it needs to get done. I know a lot of people who think that they get mad and that they work better when they're mad. Almost nobody does. Trust me on that. Usually you're so laser focused that you're missing big picture issues. You want to get things done, or you want to show somebody just how wrong they were, and you just can't really think properly when that happens. So it's one of these kind of things where you talk about, well, how do you control yourself? What do you do? And I have to admit that when I'm working on controlling myself, I sometimes get this shake. I really start to shake. And I'm not a small guy, so I'm sure there's some people who might find that intimidating, but trust me, the shake is better than almost anything else I could ever do. I will get quiet and I will think about stuff. I may get to stare. I'm known for having this stare whenever I think something sounds, well, pretty stupid or doesn't make any sense, or I'm looking for someone to say more than what they've said. I will stare. It's just my way. And we have to look back at our histories to see where we came up with these things. And my dad used to tell me that when you get mad at someone and you're going to have some kind of confrontation, you either go for the jugular or you don't do anything at all. Now, my dad was a military guy, so you take it for what it's worth. But as I thought about it over the years, whenever I've gotten angry, I pretty much have gone for the jugular if I need to. There's different things. If you get angry because you were embarrassed about something, well, that's on you, and that's your fault. And I've never really lost anything like that, gotten embarrassed. So, it's that kind of thing where something just gets you to that point where sometimes it's just hard to keep full control of yourself to the point that nobody even knows you're mad. I'm not necessarily that good. I'm good at not yelling. I'm good at not hitting. I'm good in those ways, but I'm not good across the board. I'm not perfect. Actually, I'm very good, but I'm not perfect. And I think that's one of the things that worries people, is that a lot of people think they have to be perfect all the time, that they have to not show any kind of emotion whatsoever. This thing about, well, forgiveness, or they don't know what they're saying, or it's not personal. Yeah, sometimes it's personal, and nobody has to sit and wait while you're being insulted, or dealing with people who are telling lies about you, or different things like that. Occasionally, if you're the leader and you're dealing with insubordination that you can't deal with, you might get a little angry. You might have to do something, but you really have to work hard at it and work on some of these control issues, because most of the time it's really not personal. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not. And you have to think about the long-term consequences. I remember many years ago, there was a guy who said something to me at one of the hospitals I was working at, and I was sick, and I heard the threat in it, and I got up from my desk and I walked all the way almost to where I knew he was, with the intention of doing him some bodily harm because, like I said, I was sick and I wasn't under full control. And I put my hand on the door and I got that control. And I thought about it for a while. I said, okay, let me think about this. If I go there and I hit this guy, I lose my job, I could go to jail. Even if I'm in the right, it doesn't work out. And I thought about it, and then I calmed down. So there's a better way to handle this. And I handled it a much better way, very calm. And the guy didn't like it, but he had to apologize to me. And then later on, I got him in my own way because he turned out to be a smarmy so-and-so who was actually breaking some laws. And that's usually what happens when people think they're bigger than the system. So think about things like that. You know, when people are being jerks and people are really making you mad and it's their fault, karma usually gets them in the end. Anyway, this is my point for today. This is Mitch Mitchell of TT Mitchell Consulting Incorporated. If you have some comments on this, how do you handle when you get angry? And I mean at work. I don't mean at home or anything like that. I mean work situations. How do you handle it? Let me know. I'll talk with y'all next time.